Good morning, to the Diversity Award presentation by Elizabeth Johnson. Today we are going to talk about the importance of gender workplace diversity and the plan that we have in place as a company here. Women are underrepresented in each level of the company around the world. Women have a tendency to earn more bachelor's degrees than men, but are less likely to be hired into entry-level jobs. Every 100 men that is promoted to a manager position, 79% of them are women. Less women are leaving the workforce to start families or take care of children. So it is important that we start to up the gender diversity within our own company, and we do have ways that we can start doing that. Just a quick question to throw out for everyone to think about while I'm doing this presentation for themselves is, do you feel that the workplace that we currently work in is diverse when it comes to women? The importance of gender diversity is that data shows that approximately 70% of companies offer at least one policy that supports women in the workplace with a flexible schedule. So we could also think about our own workplace. Is our schedule flexible for us to hold a diverse workforce, especially for women that do still want to have children and work at the same time? Is family still important and incorporated, or is it all about working long hours and not supporting that? In order to have a diverse plan, we need to have more women in a leadership role. So basically, the reason why we want to have more women is it better represents the customers, reflecting the need of the customers around you. It makes our company more collaborative, innovative. It focuses slowly on employee self-promotion, equal pay and communication, instead of it all being specifically about the fact that a man gets promoted instead of a woman. There would not be any type of only going towards a man for promotion. And a promotion practice becomes more objective or data-driven instead of dependent on personal impressions. Gender diversity plan will be our business priority. It will articulate the business plan, it will set goals and report on the progress, along with rewarding the success of the change we implement. Implementing a target when it comes to gender representation in the company. And then we'll be transparent with that goal. Everyone needs to be involved in these changes from the top down, which is extremely important that especially our management and our human resources and the top person that we work under is on top of this plan. We'll also start a diversity committee, which will have a primary leader, so it will oversee all the levels of the company and make sure the policies and procedures are being met. We'll meet with human resources quarterly or monthly to monitor and evaluate for changes that need to be made, and to also just update to make sure that everything is up to its standard. And then also this committee can be in charge of managing the layout of the new policies and practices. And importantly, that we will use Hofstede's culture dimensions to help us implement this plan and to go forward. Hofstede's cultural dimensions theory was used to understand the differences in culture around the world and used to help discern the ways that business is done across different cultures. And then they use differentness between masculinity and femininity, uncertainty avoidance, long and short-term orientation, indulgence versus restraint, power distance, individualism versus collectivism. And we'll use these strategies to embrace diversity, to promote open communication, and to promote team building. First of all, when it comes to embracing diversity, we accept differences, cultures, and lifestyles. We embrace different visions, promote diversity with a diversity training program, which allows the opportunity to learn about your coworkers' perspectives and ways of thinking. This also promotes open and good communication throughout the entire organization from the top down, from the CEO down to the bottom of the person, the new hire that just got hired on. We want to be open, to have open dialogue, which will foster strong relationships among our coworkers. Team building is an important way to keep everyone engaged in their work, and then also helps perform group tasks effectively. With this, best practices that can be made is having a CEO on board with a diversity plan, like I stated before. The CEO has a giant role, and what he views can bleed down to the rest of management and into the general workers. With this, we don't want to focus too much on gender diversity itself. Instead, we want to foster a genuine sense of belonging in the workplace. We want to foster each individual's unique upbringings, current experiences, instead of just focusing strictly on just having women. We want to be able to have everyone feel that gender is not in the picture, and that we really want everyone to bring their best that they can to the group. And also best practice is to not prioritize a candidate solely on his or her diverse background. We want to foster that inclusiveness, and like I stated before, to really focus not on the person's diverse background, but on what they can bring to the company. Also, another good practice for us in order for us to foster good team building is the new professionals, young professionals, they tend to emulate leaders to whom they can relate to by means of career path, diversity group, or another concept. So I would suggest for all leaders is to become a role model to other people, to advocate for the newer people, and to help them find mentorship, work towards a better job, or even just getting up in the company. And then also having diversity resource groups for current employees to develop and advance by having support of their other employees, where they might find they feel that diversity group works for them. And then lastly, diversity and inclusion. It celebrates and encourages different ideas. And as I stated before, it just keeps the inclusive work environment of trust and involvement. So you have the feelings of being included and have a shared purpose. Successful companies strategically motivate people and demonstrate a strong commitment to diversity and inclusion, and get business benefits as well from this. And then lastly, we as a company need to have the right approach and attitude when it comes to gender diversity. As management, we are the differentiating point for an employer, a value that offers positive visibility and long-term sustainability to this organization. With that, I do think that we do qualify for the Gender Diversity Award. We are committed and motivated to provide resources and projects and policies and networks for our employees, so that way we can get the most out of our employees, and making sure that we have more women in leadership and more women that sustain longer in our company. And with that, we will do continual research and reports and have good practice. Thank you very much for coming to my presentation, and then these are just the references that I used for it.